Hello and welcome to today's video. Currently I am driving to work. It's the first day back for teachers at my school district. The email said that technically it's an optional day, but if you're there and you expect to get paid, then you have to go to all the trainings that they have. There's 2 trainings, so it's not going to be anything big. So that's what we're doing. I needed to get in the classroom anyway. Students start on Thursday. It's currently Monday. So yeah, I'm going to work. It's my first day at a new school district, so I'm pretty nervous. Kind of glad that my husband's home and I don't have to take Houston to daycare. That's just one thing off my plate. But I'm nervous and I really have no idea what I'm doing. But I feel like if I were going to my old school district, it would also be a lot of nerves and more anxiety because my boss at my old school gave me a lot of anxiety. But yeah, I don't know. It sounds like today's going to be mostly trainings, and then the principal wants to meet with me, and then they gave me like a mentor teacher, so she wants to meet with me, and it kind of just seems like we'll be in meetings all day. I need to get like my computer. I already have my keys. I need to find those. They're in this thing. But yeah, I'm pretty nervous. Pretty tired. We got home at 1:30 last night, and the first thing I did was make sure Houston was sound asleep, and then I got ready for today. I wore a sweatshirt. I'm hoping other people will be wearing more comfortable clothes. I don't really know what the dress code is here. At the old school, it was kind of like, if you're gonna wear jeans, wear nice jeans. So hopefully it's the same rules here. I have no idea though, but we'll find out. We will find out. But yeah, I'm nervous because I don't really know what I'll be doing. The old teacher gave me like what he used as curriculum, but it wasn't really any lesson plans. It was just the standards, and he kind of shaped them for the most important pieces and connected them. So I might be doing a lot of like curriculum building this year, but then it's the same classes every year, so I wouldn't have to be like, coming up with new stuff. I'm gonna, search the internet, try to find curriculums for things. Because last year, towards the end of the year, I found a curriculum for Nat Phys. But we were so far into the year that the kids were just like, we don't really want to do that. I'm like, alright, whatever. But I've heard good things about the students here. I've heard good things about the people. So I think it'll be fine. I'm just myself. I just get nervous. I'm not the only new staff member, so that's good. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna continue my drive. It's very foggy, so we can't really see anything. But yeah, it's 6:48. Meetings start at 9. They are providing us breakfast at 8:30, so that's cool. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. I think it will be better than my old district. My old district, the principal threatened my job like a few times actually, and just anytime she came into the room, it's just like, crap, what does she want now? It was never like oh, she's just popping in. It was always she would walk in and then she'd come and tell me everything I'm doing wrong. It's like, okay, she'd come up to me and be like, you have 3 students on their cell phones? I'm like, that's great. I've told them 12 times to get off their phones. To which she'd be like, well, then you need to take them. And I'm like, why? So they can pick them up at the end of the day and nothing else happen? Because the procedure would be, they get a warning, and then they get their phone taken away, and you keep it till the end of the period. They get it at the end of the period. If they do it again, then it goes to the office for the rest of the day. And if they do it again, then it stays in the office all day. You have to check it in the morning. And that part wasn't being followed through with. It wasn't ever being followed through with. So it's just frustrating that there wasn't any follow through within the administration, which told the kids that they could basically do whatever they want and there was only minor consequences. So I don't know. And then at my old school, so one of the instances was, so we have teacher observations, right? So the principal comes in and observes your classes. Well, my first one went so good. She came in with the 8th graders. I always tried for her to come in with the 8th graders because they got it enough. I loved my 8th graders and 9th graders now, and I feel so bad that I left them because I really wish I could have taught them biology, but they understood. They understood completely why I was leaving, so I guess that's good. And I'm still gonna go, watch their sports and support them, and I'll go to all their graduations. I'm really only obligated for, I might go this year. I don't think they would hate me if I didn't, but then I have to go next year, and then the year after, and then I pretty much cut ties. The freshmen, they were, okay, but, they also were jerks. I don't know, there's just a lot of entitlement at that school, and a lot of inconsiderate people that it's just why are you making my job harder than it needs to be? Anyway, for my second observation, the principal comes in to a Nat Phys, which is 10th graders, and it was a pretty good lesson. I had a really good PowerPoint, and it was on the skeletal system, so I'm pulling over our skeleton so I can show them relative to a real skeleton. And one of the boys in the back goes, "Hey, stop filling them up like that." And I'm like, "Hey, that's not cool, stop it." And so she dinged me on that, said I didn't address it enough, and then she was curious to how I addressed it later. I'm like, "Well, I told his mom," and his mom's like, "He should know better, I'll take care of it." And then towards the end, and then we were talking about the Cossacks and how we have a tailbone, but we don't really use our tailbone, and we don't really know why we did have a tailbone, or even your appendix. And then one girl goes, "Well, why do we still have boobs?" And I was like, "Stop it, I don't know." And then I was like, "Well, probably because we need them still, they provide nourishment for a baby." And I go, "Did not expect that question to happen today." Because usually if there's questions that I kind of expect, I'll search them up to have a more solid answer. But how would you expect that? But yeah, I also didn't address that enough. That wasn't an appropriate question to ask, but I feel like it was a very valid question. And she was very genuine about it. She's like, "No, seriously, why do we have them?" And then, I guess one of the seniors was sleeping in the back, and I didn't ever check on him. Kids are sleeping. Why do I have to tell them to wake up? Why put a academically tough class at the end of the day? Why? Anyway, but then, so she brought up all those points, we talked about them, and I was explaining myself, and then she's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna do another observation," because I was in the basic category for 2 main categories, basically classroom management. I've struggled with it. I'm really good at building rapport with students, but that classroom management, there's just hills that I won't die on, and that dings me, I guess. But but she was like, "So I'm gonna do another observation, and if it doesn't get better, then we'll have to make a plan for next year on how we're gonna improve our classroom management. And if it doesn't get better by then it's a now or never thing," which told me that she would fire me within the next year if my classroom management didn't get better. So I was and instantly in my head I'm like, okay, I will just find a new job. She was acting like I, would die for this job. It was, yes, I need a job, but also I drive an hour for my job, and so I could find a job closer to home. I don't need to be talked to like this. And I've heard that the boys like she's less strict with the male teachers. So, and that's kind of difficult. Like one of the teachers literally had a kid sitting next to his girlfriend with his hands down her pants, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice that." Excuse me, you didn't notice a kid groping another kid? I don't know. It was just weird. And then like she would hug students that explicitly said like, "Please do not touch me." And then she'd make like comments like about the kid, and they're like, "No, don't talk to me like that either." She's like, "Well, I'm the principal, so I can't." And it's like, no, you can't. And for me, like, if a kid comes up and hugs me, I'm like, okay, yeah, love you too, man. I don't like to be touched. I don't want to be touched. But, you know, it's just, I don't know. And then come to find out, like, there was a staff meeting at the end of the year. They read this book called The Anxious Generation, and how cell phones are making kids so anxious, which, duh, like, we knew that. But they're really into it, and the ESDs are really into it. And so basically the superintendent had the principals go out at random times during the day to see how many kids were on their phones in each class. And they didn't tell us about this. It just seemed very sneaky. It seemed very sneaky. Like they were supposed to count how many kids were on cell phones, how many cell phones were in the cell phone chart, and blah blah blah. I didn't like, and at the beginning of the year they're like, so here's this cell phone chart, use it if you want, but ultimately it's up to the teacher to decide whether they're going to use it or not. But kids need to stay off their phones is basically what it was. It's like, okay. And so like I didn't make the kids use the cell phone chart unless they like just couldn't handle having their phone with them. Anyway, aside from the point, it just seemed very sneaky, and I didn't like it. And that was kind of another like, okay, yep, that's telling me I should leave. Like obviously kids need to stay off their phones, but also we need support from the administration level, and nothing's going to change unless we have that. But then also when you talk to the parents are like, oh, I'll be darned if my kid doesn't have their phone with them. Like, I bought that. They get to have it the whole day. And it's like, can we teach our kids when and when it's not appropriate to have it out? Like, they don't need to be playing games on it all day while I'm trying to teach them biology. You're wondering why your kid has a bad grade in biology? It's because he won't get off his phone. But anyway, I don't know. And then just other things, like there was so many people that just were not happy at that job. Like one of my parents would come in like right after the bell rang, and then if a student said hi, she'd be like, stop it, you need to pay attention. And then she would sit down, like even if we weren't doing anything yet, because like, you know, you have to take attendance, she'd sit down and be like, oh, I don't get paid enough for this. I'm matching energy today, and I think everybody knows. And I'm like, first off, yes, you do get paid enough for this. Like, a paraeducation job does not require any sort of education. I'm pretty sure you just have to pass a background check and then do the continuing education that they require. Which, if you do enough, you can become a certified substitute teacher. But it's like, yes, you do get paid enough for this. I get paid enough for this. Like, it's not a lot, but also that's just how this type of work works. But anyway, there was just a lot of people unhappy. And then like when I was thinking about taking the job, they're like, oh yeah, totally do it. But then once I took it, they're like, oh great, good luck. I'm like, so their tone just completely changed. I don't think anybody thought I would actually leave, but I think I made the right decision for myself. But anyway, I'm gonna keep driving, and I'll get back to you on how the first day went. I'm kind of nervous because I'm wearing sweatshirts and jeans and a sweatshirt, but we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck, everybody. Before I forget, here's my room, and I'm about to go to a meeting, so wish me luck. I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, I'm almost home now, but figured I'd come on and kind of talk, but not make it too long, because I think I talked for 14 minutes earlier. First day back was just a teacher day. We had maybe 3 hours, 2.5 hours of like meetings / trainings, so it wasn't bad. Got my computer, got logged on to everything, figuring things out, finding the textbooks I want to use. I'm gonna have to do probably a lot of curriculum building, but the nice thing about that is that once it's built, it's built. So anyway, it wasn't bad. People seemed nice, people seemed supportive, people seemed happier, so that's good. But yeah, just trying to figure out what I'm doing, and essentially that's it. But anyway, just gonna go home, and I'm gonna stop by a store, get an energy drink for tomorrow, but go home and make dinner and probably shower and get ready for bed. But I guess I gotta edit some videos too. But anyway, not a bad first day, and hopefully it just keeps, continuing at this pace. I don't know. I was pretty stoked because I asked my mentor teacher what the dress code for teachers was. She's like, whatever's comfortable, really. She's like, there's teachers that wear jeans and a sweatshirt every day. I'm like, every day? So, and then she's like, well, there's days where like you should dress more professional, like for parent-teacher conferences and like the first day of school. But beyond that, like they're like, yeah, just wear what's comfortable, which I think is awesome. Basically, she was saying like what you wear doesn't really hinder, how professional you can be. Really, that all of that comes from the boundaries you set and how you hold them. So that's nice. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't a bad first day. It's looking more positive than my old school, so that's great. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I know it was just a bunch of me talking and a clip of my classroom, but yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make these videos better. That's not just me talking, but I will figure that out, and that probably will come with I left probably 2 hours later than I should have, so there will be time to do other things once I get ahead of myself. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. Sorry it was just me talking, but I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day, everybody.